My name is Nenjah Nycist. I am owner of Dojo Studios. I'm a recording artist, a producer, engineer. I call myself the new jack of all trades. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a creator, and I've been doing this for a good time now, and I'm living life. You know what I'm saying?
Real live ninja.
And I'm a real live ninja. You know, don't ever get it misconstrued.
I'm Arianna Rose.
Hey.
I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a motivator and also a creator. For years, I've been doing modeling and event work, and I am very into transformational journeys. I work with people in fitness and creating, bringing about good change into your life.
A lot of mutual friends. We met in Maryland. I was born in New York, but I was raised in Maryland.
I was born and raised in Maryland.
Right.
And then you came down in what, middle school?
Elementary school.
Okay.
Like 3rd grade.
I didn't know you then.
You didn't know me
No.
then. I met you, I was probably in 10th grade?
Yeah, I was in 9th grade. Yeah.
Wildin'.
Wow.
I was wildin'. And that's how I
Out
met,
in these streets.
But we weren't, I didn't really like her like that then. I mean, it's true.
We were friends of friends, I guess. And then you used to come visit me in college. I went to University of Maryland, and you used to come party.
Then I moved back to New York. So I lived in East New York, and every once in a while I'll go back down to Maryland because my family was still there, and just go out to University of Maryland College Park to party with you.
Home of the Terrapin.
Okay. And party with you.
Yeah.
And
party and bullshit.
We were still friends then.
Definitely.
Maybe even years after that, you went to London.
No, I went to London when I was at Maryland.
Yeah, but it was years after this time.
Oh,
we initially met. You know what I'm saying?
So then I feel like I came back from London, and it was kind of like we were hanging out and stuff like that, and I feel like the thing that was always really cool about the way that we interacted was everything was always very organic. So it was like neither of us had expectations of the other person. It was never a situation where we were wondering if we were dating yet or anything like that. It was just kind of like, this feels good, I'm gonna keep doing it, you know?
So we kind of like skipped out on labeling things.
For mad long.
Like true creators and true artists would. You don't really want to put a stamp on your stuff because it's for you to flourish, and it was for us to flourish.
And literally created like gossip.
Yeah, people wanted us to be something before, you know, we felt it was time to manifest that. So
yeah. I remember I had a house party one time, and I must have had 3 people come up to me at my own party. They were like, "Oh, are you with Nenjah?
Yeah.
Are y'all dating? I heard that you guys talk and blah blah blah."
Yeah, people know your shit.
Mind your business.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? Mind your business. That goes a long way. You'll live longer if you mind your business.
Right.
But you know.
So then you kind of lived with me in Maryland for a little while, and then you planted the seed of you should move to New York.
Oh yeah.
In my brain.
For sure.
And planted it real deep.
My band was up here, so we were doing a lot of shows, we were gigging, and New York was just a place I wanted to be because it was home for me. It always felt like home for me, and New York always has that just intrigue for me.
Yeah, for sure.
And like I like being active.
It has the energy.
Hustling, and that's the energetic aspect of it.
Yes.
So I was like, yo, let's make this move. So we made that move, and we moved to Staten Island first. Staten Island was crazy where we lived though. Victory and Bay it's real crazy over there.
It's a hot area. I had 3 jobs in Maryland, and I made the decision. I came up and found a job in New York kind of overnight, and I thought, you know, I've been hanging out with this guy for a little while, and the worst thing that happens is I end up in New York and the relationship doesn't work out, but I'm living in a dope city. So
yeah, I mean,
we kind of made that.
It was more like, it was like you said, it was organic though, so it wasn't
Definitely.
necessarily anything forced. It was like,
Yeah, there wasn't the stress around it of like, oh, we're gonna live together. What does that mean now? You know, what is the next step? What is that? What does that determine as our future? You know, that there was never any of that. It was very easy.
It was easy, but it was still certain things that you had to.
It was well thought.
Keep in mind.
Yeah.
In respects to the other person. So.
For sure.
We did that. Then we moved to Brooklyn, and now we're here.
We've been here for 6 years, almost. In Brooklyn for 6 years.
Who's counting?
And where are we at now in the relationship? I feel like for me, I think back on times when we had already been together for a couple years, and I still had in my mind like I wasn't really. It wasn't something that I was like, oh, this is the person I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with, you know?
Right.
And it's funny because I look back on those times now and I feel so different, where the relationship between you and I has evolved into something that I think both of us have practiced skills for years of knowing what works with the other person and how to be respectful of integrating 2 lifestyles into each other. And it feels like such a different place than it has been.
I think the most important part is to not put a limit on what you guys are capable of doing as a couple and as an entity, you know?
Individually and together.
Right.
Definitely.
And both aspects should be respected, your individuality and, you know, your togetherness.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
For sure.
And now we're here.